I must speak with Morganna to go where she wishes. The living flesh poses a hindrance, but I must go for our aura.
Good evening, everyone. This is going to be a very brief overview and recap of what happened in the first 4 .hack games, Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, and Quarantine, and it's going to kind of lead up into an introduction to .hack GU. Now, in .hack GU itself, last Recode, the remake that was just recently released here, late in 2017, there's actually a pretty good recap of each of the 4 games, Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, and Quarantine. In fact, in the Quarantine video, it just lays it all out there and tells you exactly what the deal is with Morganna and Aura and all this stuff, just right in the first 30 seconds.
Morganna, the basic system that controls the world, was imbued with an artificial personality. Her creator, Harald, had bestowed upon her the role of mother to the ultimate AI, Aura, but she rejected it. Instead, in order to preserve herself, she chose to imprison Harald within the network. And immediately after Aura was born, Morganna decided to delete her.
Harald was a super brilliant AI programmer who met at some point and fell in love with a woman named Emma. Emma was the author of an epic poem, The Epitaph of Twilight. Sadly, Emma also happened to die shortly after meeting Harald. After Emma died, Harald really turned the world, this project that he was working on, into a true memorial to Emma and her poem. The most obvious influence is going to be how a lot of the lore and background of the world, the video game, is based in and set in this poem, this world of Twilight. But there's also another more important monument to Emma buried within the game, and that's Aura. So Harald is a brilliant AI programmer. His goal was to create a very realistic, very human-like artificial intelligence. He wanted something that had human emotions, that could think and feel and make stupid decisions, and he wanted to basically create a human, but within a computer. To that goal, he was trying to create Aura.
And so, I shall name her Aura. Without you, she would not exist. The shining girl, Aura. We will entrust her with our will. Our future is in her hands. She is our...
He created a lesser artificial intelligence named Morganna, who's supposed to guide and shape and kind of be a mother to this other AI and make sure that it developed all the facets that were necessary. And he embedded this entire system inside of a massively multiplayer online video game known as The World. And I believe the reason for this was to witness human interaction between players and watch humans go through different emotions as they play through the game. You collect all of that data and bundle it all up and use it to help shape and grow Aura. There's a lot of events in .hack Sign that revolve around Morganna realizing her purpose and realizing, more importantly, that once Aura's born, Morganna herself will no longer have a purpose. So the .hack Sign anime involves Morganna going out of her way to sabotage the project, to delay Aura's growth, to corrupt Aura, to stop Aura from being born, and therefore to save her own self from being erased, deleted, no longer needed. So if we jump ahead to the end of the .hack Sign anime and the very beginning of .hack Infection, Aura has been born through Maha and Sora betraying Morganna, the AI. So Morganna is furious about all of this. She imprisons Sora and data drains him and traps him inside of Skaith. And I believe she also banishes Maha the cat, who escapes and kind of is reborn as Mia the cat inside of the game. So Aura has been born, and Morganna is still going out of her way to try to restrict Aura's power. That's why she's sending Skaith to hunt down Aura. That's why she's trying to stop Aura from meeting with Orca, who is a notorious, ultra-powerful character in the world. Morganna is trying to do everything she can to stop Aura, eventually just outright trying to destroy Aura and imprison bits and pieces of her code throughout the game. And then that's where we roll into Kite getting the Book of Twilight, learning the ability Data Drain from Aura, Aura getting split into 3 pieces, Kite deciding saying that he needs to go fight these different phases and seeking help from Wise Man and Balmung and Black Rose and Helba and all of the stuff that happens in the game. So we got all of that. And at the end of the 4 games, at the end of .hack Quarantine, Morganna is finally stopped. Morganna's different manifestations within the game world are the 8 phases, and defeating each of those and defeating Kubia and restoring Aura puts an end to Morganna, and Aura's death causes her to be reborn as the true ultimate perfect AI. The end. However, Harald was the one who designed the world and the fragment system and Morganna and all of these things within the world. The world is owned by the corporation, CC Corp. CC Corporation is less interested in the game. They're more interested in knowing how the AI systems work. They want their own AI. They want one that they can control. They want all of this influence that Morganna had, as Morganna kind of broke out of the game and tried to seek influence and start controlling electrical systems and computer systems out in the rest of the network. She was able to mess with fire alarms and automatic opening and closing doors and traffic lights, and she was kind of trying to get out into the real world. And CC Corporation is maybe interested in having that level of power and control and having the ultimate AI that you know, is theirs. So they have been trying to recreate Harald's system and bend it to their control. They're trying to reverse engineer everything that Harald did. And this is all called Project GU. So we're going to be learning a bit more about that as we go into .hack GU, as you might expect. So that's my brief explanation of what was going on in the .hack games. Hopefully it made sense. It all boils down to Harald creating an AI system and using that system to try to give birth to an even more human, idealized AI. And all of this is what is going on inside of the world. All of this is what the world exists for. Like I said at the beginning, there's a lot more detail if you want to go watch the videos that are in .hack GU Last Recode. They do provide a pretty good recap of what went on in the 4 games, although they go into a lot more specifics around every single plot point. But that's the gist of it. Hopefully it helps. And as always,
may the grace of the Twilight Dragon be with you.